sometimes hope is better than the harsh truth. I feel like everybody's got that trigger inside of them, like things like relationships and dreams, to where when people tell them the harsh truth or the realistic aspect of it, it hurts them more than it helps them. And oftentimes, I think what people need to realize is that people already know that this thing, this purpose they're chasing, or this relationship they're chasing is unrealistic. Like, anymore, it's unrealistic to stay married for the rest of your life. Like, that's unrealistic. But yet people still go after it, right? So it's the same thing with like business or whatever. Yeah, it's unrealistic to start a successful business because you're comparing, all it is a comparison to other people's failures. So that's why they classify it under the term realism or realistic. So giving people hope in their dreams and stuff is often a lot better and allows a lot more growth in that person to chase what they want to chase than the harsh truth. Like, yes, the harsh truth can help if they don't know it. If they do know it and all you do is just cram the harsh truth down their throat, it kills the hope. And let's be honest, if you want to accomplish anything that is successful in life, you have to have some hope at some point, somewhere. When you kill people's hope and like their dreams and relationships with people, or anything that's a delicate scenario, something that will like people don't take lightly, like it's a super sensitive thing, it kills them on the inside. So if, let's say, your dream is to become an actor, and people are sitting there always telling you, like family, friends, are always sitting there telling you that, you know, the chances of you becoming a successful actor is slim to none. You should just do this instead. And they try to detour your way to the safer option. That will naturally just kill your hopes in what you want to do in your life. And that is why you see a lot of successful people tell you to not tell your goals to other people. Because if you tell the wrong person and they give you that kind of answer, then it kills all the hope that you've ever had to chase that purpose of your own. So that's why I'm saying hope sometimes is better than the harsh truth. And I have made a video about how brutal honesty can be good, and it can be. But in these kind of scenarios where it's like sensitive topics, like people's purposes, their dreams, their relationships with people, like, you gotta watch what you say. But I think most of the time it happens with dreams. Like when people say, I want to be in social media, I want to become a musician, I want to become an artist, something that is out of the ordinary, or something as simple as I want a loving family that I can live with my wife for the rest of my life, and have a successful relationship. People are always going to tell you that it's unrealistic to have that. In relationships, people are always going to remind you that, oh, she could be cheating on you, oh, he could be cheating on you, reminding you of every little bad thing that could happen. And is the harsh truth, that's realistic, because that's what people do anymore, is, that's just going to kill your hope inside. You'll be like, well, maybe they're right. Maybe I shouldn't put much effort into this relationship, and I should just go with this person instead because, it's more convenient, or whatever the case they throw in your head. And with like dreams and all that, they're going to sit there and tell you that, oh, that's not really realistic. You should just focus on this thing because it's easier and most people do it. So you should just do that instead. You should settle for less is basically what they're telling you. You should settle for less. That is what it is. They're telling you to settle for less. That's all it is. When people sit there and tell you about, or they remind you of every negative thing down the road, what they don't understand, or maybe they do understand, I don't know. But like, when you're like, man, I really want to start YouTube, and there people will be like, oh, that's unrealistic. Well, no shit. Most people don't do it. So obviously it's unrealistic. All it is a comparison to what other people have done. It's a comparison to other people's failures. So when you haven't even started yet, and you're constantly getting compared to other people's failures, they'll hide behind that, and they'll say that's the harsh truth. And sure, it may be, but people have to understand that the people that have these visions for relationships, or what's the word? Dreams or whatever, you need to understand that the people that have these visions have already gone through every negative thing down the road in their own head. They don't need to be reminded of the harsh truth because they already know it. They already know that YouTube is unrealistic, because what does it take to be successful on YouTube? You gotta post for probably years before you can see major growth, and consistently. And most people can't do that. So, of course, it's unrealistic. But what happens if that is not the type of person that you are? What happens if you do stay consistent? What happens if you do keep chasing? You know? Then what? What happens if you do get that job, that is unrealistic, You just take a leap of faith and you give yourself a chance to finally live the life you want to live instead of living under other people's means. You just have to understand that, and that you're going to hear a lot from family. It's just a given. People are going to tell you, obviously it depends on what kind of family you have, but most people are probably going to hear it from family. They're going to be like, that's not realistic. You should go to college. You should do this instead. Or, oh, that girl lives all the way over there. You should just settle for this girl down the street. And sure, they might have good intentions behind it. But what you have to understand is that even if they have good intentions, you can't let that hold you back. And most of the time, that's what happens, is people get told these harsh truths all the time. They're constantly getting fed them. So their hope kind of dies. Their hope it floats away, and then it's not there anymore. And then they naturally just drift off and they do what everybody else does. I feel like that's the main thing. And then people die, and then they never did what they wanted to do with their life because they were always told, this is unrealistic, this is unrealistic, this is unrealistic. Settle for easy, settle for less. And I'm telling you, do not do that. Fill yourself up with hope. And sometimes you even do it to yourself. You don't even realize it. In both relationships and dreams and purpose and all that. Like, in relationships, you might doubt the other person and be like, you know what, maybe there is a chance that she or he will cheat on me. What's the point? What's the point of me trying anymore? If my heart has a chance to get ripped out of my chest. Or with your dream or purpose, maybe you're always telling yourself, is it really realistic to be financially successful? Is it really realistic to do this thing that I want to do? And you're gonna have your own doubts and fears, but what combats that is hope. Like, well, okay, yes, is there a chance that this could happen? Sure. But what if it does work out? Then what would my life look like? What if the relationship with this girl or this guy work out and we do end up being together forever? And it is a healthy relationship, and I don't have to worry about her cheating or him cheating on me for the rest of my life. And I do have a partner forever, my best friend forever, to do everything with me. And I will never have to worry about being backstabbed. What happens if that does happen? Your life would be completely different. And then what would happen if you chase that dream or that purpose and, sorry, I had to pause real quick. But anyways, then what happens if you chase that purpose, and what happens if it does work out? Like, yes, there is a chance that it could fail, and that your dreams won't be crushed because you tried, but there is a chance it could fail, and that you might have to do the easier thing for a little while. But what I'm trying to get to you is, what happens if you keep yourself with hope and you tell yourself that, okay, what if this does work out though? What if I put enough effort, if I put enough smart thinking into it, not just hard work, smart work, and I do that, what would my life look like after accomplishing my goals? And I'm telling you, you're going to come to the same conclusion, because you have that purpose for a reason, you have that dream for a reason, or that dream or vision for a reason, right? To have a completely different life than what you have now. So the answer is your life would be completely different. And you have to understand that just as much as it's possible that it could go wrong, it could also go right. I'm not saying it's the same percentages or statistics, but ultimately, statistics are, yes, they're facts, but like I was saying before, like when people compare the harsh truth, it's just people's failures. Like when it comes to your dreams and purposes, yeah, most people don't do that. Most people can't do that. Yeah, but that's most people. The 1% or the 5% have to live somewhere. I'm not saying it's everyone. It's not, for a reason. Most people might get on social media and find out it's not for them. Most people might get in a relationship and find out that, maybe I want to be single for the rest of my life. I mean, I'm not saying that's probably the best conclusion, but some people do that. And if that's what makes you happy, then go for it. But ultimately, though, you can't let the doubt and the fear get to you. You can't let the harsh truth get to you. You have to fill yourself up with hope. Don't be blindsided. Don't let yourself not see what could happen. Like, obviously prepare for bad things, but at the same time, if you're preparing for something that you don't even know if it's going to happen or not, then what are you even doing? Like, you're sitting there telling yourself you're going to get cheated on when nothing's even happened yet. So you're already self-sabotaging. And you're already telling yourself that, oh no, I'm going to go poor and broke if I invest in my own business. You're already stopping yourself, and you literally haven't even began. So it's over before it even started. And you should not do that to yourself. Fill yourself up with hope, and that's what I'm saying. And if you know somebody that's going through a similar situation, fill them up with hope too. If you're going to tell them the harsh truth, at least do it in a way that doesn't make them feel like you're putting them down. Because I'm telling you, when people get told this constant harsh truth, it kills the hope, and then it floats out of their body, and then they give up on it. And it's like, you don't know who you're talking to. You don't know if they do chase that purpose or whatever. Maybe they could find the cure to cancer. Maybe they could be the next president or whatever. You never know what could happen. So give them that chance to live their life, and just fill them up with hope sometimes. And sometimes you might be rewarded for it too. Like, who knows? Like, if you're the only person that was rooting for somebody and they did the thing, then what? You know? I mean, obviously it's unrealistic, but at the same time, it's like, it can happen. And you just fill yourself up with hope. Don't doubt yourself too much. Like, obviously you're going to have it regardless. It doesn't matter who you are. At some point in your life, you're going to fear, you're going to doubt. That's a given. But at the same time, you have to give yourself hope. You have to give yourself some type of belief if you want to achieve the things in life that you want. Financial success, healthy relationships, healthy friendships, friend groups, whatever it is, money, business, social media. You have to fill yourself up with some type of belief, some type of hope. Even in God, you have to fill yourself up with some type of belief or hope, faith that He is real. And if you don't do that, you're going to get nowhere. So it applies to other things in your life, like your purpose, relationships, so on and so forth. But fill yourself up with hope. Don't get too caught up on the harsh truth. Yes. Is it real? Yes. But that doesn't mean that the opposite end of the spectrum, the positive side, like, oh, the relationship works out. Oh, the business does work out, and I do become successful. My life changes forever. That doesn't mean that doesn't happen either. You can't just say, oh, this is realistic, and this is what's going to happen, and this is unrealistic, and this is never going to happen. You can't say that, because there's always a chance. So fill yourself with hope. Believe in yourself that you can accomplish what you want in life, and who knows? If you just apply that, your life might change for the better, and you might start doing what you've always wanted to do with your life, and you won't hold back. You'll put full effort in, and you put your heart out there, and you do your thing. But fill yourself up with hope. Hope is going to beat harsh truth. So I hope this helps you. I really do. I wish the best for you. Chase your purpose. Pursue that person that really is good for you. Like, if you know they're good for you, then do it. Doesn't matter the consequences. If you know that just being around them, there's no unhealthiness, there's no, yes, will there be worry? Obviously, I said, you're always going to doubt. You're always going to fear at some point. But you can't let it win. If you think logically and there's nothing going on, keep pushing until you actually have like a valid reason that something is weird. And in that case, communication is best. But most of the time, a lot of you, and you especially, you're probably in that similar situation where you think that, oh, she's cheating, he's cheating, or, oh, they're just using me, and they haven't even done anything to deserve that kind of treatment. So that's really it. Other than that, though, life isn't too short to make a change, and I really hope this does help you. I wish the best for you. Chase your purpose. Go after the people that are best for you in your life. Never let them go. And other than that, I'm going to say it again. Life isn't too short to make a change.